Good evening, and welcome to Antares News, bringing you the most up-to-date information from across the galaxy. Our top story, insurrection in far space. Planets at the edge of our core systems rebel against the collective protection in this special...
Well, certainly, the warp could have potential to revolutionize space travel. But as we know, it has catastrophic side effects to organic life. Overexposure, for lack of a better word, warps the body.
All rumors of a superweapon being assembled in far space are completely false. You are secure in the hands of the Antares Collective. Your cooperation keeps your galaxy safe.
For petty larceny, vandalism, and piracy, collective peacekeepers are asking for any information on Captain Jericho Nova.
The latest and greatest from our new line of artificial intelligence. So advanced, you'd swear it's actually learning and evolving. And that's not all.
Empyrean travel. See the galaxy and expand your horizons, while learning from the best and brightest minds the known universe has to offer.
Junk work's a perfectly valid profession. We go in, we dig through the waste, we come out with something shiny someone else wants. Everybody wins.
Now, I understand Zath operations scare people, but the criminal clan? Whew, that's outrageous. Your home and your wallet are perfectly safe.
Take the jump out to far space and see what adventure the edge of the galaxy has to offer. And for those taking the plunge for the first time, Godspeed, you strangers to the stars.
Greetings, space travelers, and welcome to Strangers to the Stars. As always, I am your host, Alex, and with me, as always, is my lovely cast and crew. We have Kristen.
Hello!
We have DB Grease.
Hello, hello.
We have Toonwolf.
Heyo.
And we have Queen Creeps.
Lowers sunglasses and winks at you.
Oh, my heart! It flutters!
Are you okay?
Couldn't you see it was a flirty wink
What the
because of
flirty?
the sunglasses?
I don't understand your winking.
Shh. Hey, thank you for the bits!
Thank you for the bit, Sleepy.
Thank you.
Aw, Sleepy! Thank you!
Unfortunately, Anne will not be joining us today. She is not feeling too hot, so Compass will be on autopilot. But of all the characters across all of Internet Remix, Compass is the one autopilot makes the most sense with. So,
Correct.
There we go.
So, did Sleepy just purchase us another stunt?
Sleepy did just purchase you another stunt, as I will
Yeah!
explain. If you fill up that bar at the bottom, you will get Space Mulligans, represented by this Space Corps right here. Space
Yay!
Mulligans allow the lovely crew of the Zephyr to do better on rolls by either just straight up re-rolling or bumping something up from failure to partial success to super success. I'm going to clear the chat log so that it looks a little bit cooler and sleeker here.
Ooh.
Hey.
So fancy.
Yeah. If we get straight up $50, that means the crew gets another stunt that they have to think about. Some of them will think about it ahead of time. Most of us will, just debate on the day of.
Joke's on you. Now I can take Dude Bra next session.
Hell yeah!
I'm mulling between two things. I might have decided by the break. Who knows? We'll see if I have enough brain power for that.
We'll see.
I want to believe.
So, all of that being said, when last we left the crew of the Zephyr in their adventures across the stars, they had faced off against the Mad Nebula Knight, Deir Draga, and discovered that maybe the Demo Star, the super weapon that they're gathering pieces of a map to, is actually really bad because it opens the door to the warp. So, after debating whether or not to do that, and also killing Deir Draga and fighting a whole bunch of warp monsters, they returned and decided, well, we should probably still gather it to destroy it, because there are other people looking for the weapon, and they want to actually use it, and that would be really bad. Which leads them to their next destination, the sand-blasted desert planet of Keutana, which they are currently hovering above in the big old starship the Cloudburst, doing any last talking about the mission or getting intel before they will make their descent.
Okay. So since Compass is in autopilot mode, I'm trying to remember what we know about this planet.
I'm sorry for being in autopilot, Captain. I need a reboot, and this is the best option that will not make me explode.
That's fair.
I've got the notes in capital letters.
All right, great.
I wrote down it's a desert world of horrible death with warp witches and warlocks at Keotana.
All right, warp witches. Great.
Warp witches.
Yep, horrible death, home with the warp witches. Pretty much what my notes said too.
Okay, great.
You know, wouldn't it be funny if Malady just shows up and she's a warp witch? What are the chances of that?
She is a warp witch.
Yeah, but what are the chances of her showing up here and being like, "Oh, hi, gals," like that? What'd you say?
Wait, I'm sorry. Do you think that's what she sounds like?
Oh, it's a vague association.
That's exactly what she sounds like.
I'm sorry. What?
I would gladly reproduce that sound the next time you meet Melody, but my throat can't do that right now.
Oh, sorry, Jenny. Would you like to do a better impression?
Okay, I'm not one for impressions, but she definitely goes a bit higher, and she's also a lot more excited, and now that I'm saying this, I sound like a completely different character from a different stream, and I'm bleeding out of my nose. Okay, so, no, she doesn't sound like either of those. But also, given our luck, she probably will show up, and then be like, not all warp witches. So... assume that just based on our general luck. I don't know if, maybe we'll find out stuff about the warp witches and somehow maybe find... Okay, so listen, Grail Khan we're not going to convince the dude to not, destroy the universe. There's no stopping that bastard man. But,
Nope.
Melody is nice. She liked pretzels that one time. Maybe, perhaps, I'm not gonna, just maybe we can figure out what her deal is. Maybe the warp witches all have some weird warp thing going on. Actually, another thought as I'm saying this out loud, consider. Mm-hmm. So warp witches, their whole thing is, manipulating the warp, right?
Yep.
And this weapon is, also warp shit. So, maybe, just maybe these warp witches would have some ideas as to how to, actually use this to help the person we're trying to help instead of just, opening a death portal to Cthulhu.
You want to trust Melody again?
I don't want to trust her. I'm talking warp witches general.
Right.
I'm saying,
if she appeared again, you wouldn't mind having a chat with her.
It depends on if she tries to kill any of you. If she tries to kill any of you, then bets are off. But, I usually prefer to at least... I don't know if you noticed, Ace, but I do actually prefer to talk. It's just that for whatever reason, no one else in this universe wants to cooperate with me. It's almost like, there's some cool fighty stuff that we would miss.
I get that. Oh, I've just been thinking, what's to say she ain't manipulating him?
I mean, it's possible. That said, warp witches general, maybe we can find some stuff out about this weapon and see about, I'm not saying we all gotta become warp witches. I don't feel like being a warp witch, but...
That just sounds disgusting.
Oh man, but witches are hot though. No, it's not my thing. Super not my thing. Okay.
I hope it ain't your thing. You turned tail on us after showing us your horrible tragic backstory.
No, I'm sorry. Do you think that... I'm sorry, is there something in history that just says warp witches are automatically bad? Rez does warp shit. I have warp shit.
But you ain't witches.
Witch is a neutral term. It is! It's just a thing that people can be! Alright, well, have you met Space Wiccans? They're fine! They're perfectly legit!
I keep away from the magic stuff. It's all illusion, oh look at me stuff to me, it was before until I met you lot, but still.
All I'm
It's
saying
all
is,
illusion. Look at me stuff, said Ace, who was definitely not force choked in the first episode.
Yeah.
oh no, it's real. I mean, this is all to say, Rez, you control warp shit. That's a thing you do, and you come from warp adjacent shit, right?
Yep, but that's the thing. I was born with it. From the sound of it, typically for the warp witches, it sounds like they made an active choice to study the warp stuff, as where I was just born with it.
I mean, sure, but that's not, like, inherently bad necessarily.
Fair point.
I mean, you're not inherently bad. So. And,
True.
you know, I mean, yeah, it's fucked, but, you know, there's gotta be... Okay, listen, I'm trying this thing where instead of shoving everything in the back of my head and keeping my arm covered up and trying to pretend the thing doesn't exist, I'm trying to think, okay, so maybe we look to these warp witches and we try to work on coexistence. I am not saying that's super possible, but,
It's worth
you know,
a try.
it's worth a try. Yes, that is what I am saying. Are we... Like, if you guys are super not for it, I'm willing to listen, but I think given the effort we're going to get this thing and given all the other bullshit that's going on, it'd be worth checking into.
I promise I won't immediately shoot a warp witch if it appears, even if it's Melody.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Everyone else
I'm just
good?
here to try.
Man, I won't shoot anybody unless they shoot first.
Good standards. Alright. Any other thoughts? Probably prepped for, you know, desert. So everyone be ready for that. Or everyone
Get it.
remember your waters.
Grab all the space Gatorade.
Grab the space Gatorade, get your waters. You know, get your sunscreen for you people who actually Ace put on sunscreen.
Why?
Because you're white as a sheet.
Ah, right.
You're gonna burn in like 2 minutes. Hang on, let me get the space. Let me get the space.
It's like, what is this
Banana
thing
boat.
called? What is this
Here
thing
you go.
called? Sun.
That's well, there's
Oh,
a lot
you'll
of them out in
see.
space. Anyway, put this on. Chucks the sunscreen.
You know what I did like? Back on the other ship, I picked up some space Oreos.
Oh fuck yeah! Hand him over.
Yeah, I'd be worried that the cream would melt though, but
I mean, no,
yeah,
don't.
likely.
Just eat them before we go down into the desert. That's all we gotta do.
What?
Oreos
They're
first.
good.
Oreos first.
Hey, chance. Open wide.
Go.
Gimme.
Throws it in your mouth.
Yeah.
How?
Good.
Did you just choke on the Oreo? Oh my
Eat it. You throw it so hard.
You have to shit it.
We're gonna
Since
we're
when?
going to all die.
Since biology existed. No
Yeah.
more Oreos for you unless you learn to cheer.
I mean, I don't know when my next meal is going to be. I'm going to eat as quick as I can.
One more.
You throw yet another Oreo at Chance.
Just go.
Go.
Go. Catch it.
Countess Alma walks in, sees just throwing Oreos. I'm glad you have a highly trained crew of professionals.
Did
right.
you see that catch? They're good at their jobs.
I did see the catch, yes.
Uh-huh. We're heading down to the desert. You got anything we should know before, Ace goes and gets 3rd-degree sunburn?
Double checking to see what's on the notes. You know about the Warp Witches?
We know about the Warp Witches.
You know it's a sand-blasted hellscape?
That is what I've heard, yes.
I know it's a sandblasted hellscape.
Then congratulations, you have as much public knowledge as there is on Cayutana.
Yay! I'm
Lovely.
so
Well, shite.
glad. All right. I think we're good. I'm gonna bring a scarf. No, wait. Goggles.
What?
Goggles are better. Something. It's sandblasted.
What, you trying to blind yourself with that?
Goggles?
No, with the scarf. You just tie it over your eyes. Is that what you're trying to do?
I don't know. Well, my first thought was I was thinking of like Lawrence of Arabia, and then I was like, sorry, you don't know who Lawrence of Arabia is. Okay, so there were these movies that used to be really popular on Earth like 1 million years ago. Possibly 1 million. Time is irrelevant here. We're in the future. And anyway, I was thinking of the stuff that people wore in Lawrence of Arabia, which upon reflection, a lot of Lawrence of Arabia very racist, but that's neither here nor there. There's a lot of billowing scarves. So I was like, you need like things that billow and scarves, and then I was like, no, that's fucking stupid. Just wear goggles. And that's how I got here. That's how I got to this point of thought. Can we order can we order like some goggles from Space Amazon so we don't get fucking blinded?
You can in fact order some goggles from Space Amazon if you want to wait above Cayetana for a couple days for it to get delivered.
No, it's not fucking worth it.
You guys can wait. I already got some goggles.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab some out of my workshop.
This is why you need glowy analytical blue glasses, because then in this world of yellows and reds and stuff, you can walk up like the blue cool guy and just be like, hey, I'm here to fuck your shit up, you know?
As this a Jericho sighs, reaches into her pocket, pulls out some fucking like Kanye shades. Well, I guess I have no choice.
We could also
let's
try and get the safety goggles from the cupboard.
No. This is what I'm doing. I'm committed to this bit. As she says this, she's like grabbing the safety goggles and putting them on, but also putting the Kanye shades over the safety goggles. All right.
Excellent.
Okay, I now feel prepared.
Never looked better.
Thanks.
You
I thought so.
Fabulous, Captain.
Thank you, Compass. All right, everyone good? Let's head down to horrible desert hell.
Woo!
What?
Cool.
All right. You get in the Zephyr, fire it up, head out of the cloudburst, and descend into the atmosphere of the horrible desert hell that is Cayetana. Blinding sunlight is immediately what strikes you, but soon that gets covered up by, like, the whooshing of wind and a whole bunch of sand swirling around in the air. Well, it looks like it's a sandstorm already. Fun timing there.
It is as the old scriptures foretold. I hate sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
But it's like going to the beach.
This is nothing like the beach.
It's nothing like the beach.
Even then, fuck sand, fuck the beach sand, fuck desert sand.
Oh, fuck you! The beach is great!
No.
Sandy fur is not fun.
Okay, well, do we want to wait out this sandstorm, or do we want to, like, try to power through?
Do you want to power through?
I don't want to go through that.
I mean, I'll be honest, given how I chose to wait out the previous storm on the previous planet, no, I would rather wait. So...
You know, Chance, you could build a sand castle.
I don't want to build a sand castle.
Are you afraid of the sand getting stuck in your clothes?
No, I'm afraid the sand's gonna get stuck in my eyes.
He has a lot of eyes to get sand in, okay?
And I'm not gonna go outside while there's a goddamn sandstorm getting all up in everything. And
yeah, that's not worth the sandcastle.
Sounds like someone's being a pussy.
You're a pussy.
You're a pussy, literally.
What?
I guess we're just gonna vibe.
You're gonna vibe. Plus, I have, like, you realize we have, like, my hover bikes that we could use to, like, traverse this, but not in a goddamn sandstorm.
Yeah, not in a sandstorm.
Not in a sandstorm.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good.
Alright, in that case, since we'll probably be waiting a while, and since we're all forcibly in here, who wants to play Space Settlers of Catan?
What?
Don't worry about it. We're now that we have no choice but to stay here, we can either play Settlers of Catan or Talisman. Both will take a very long time. One will actually be fun, even if it takes a while to figure it out, and the other you will lie to yourself that it's fun.
Ah.
Or we can just play Space Connect 4, which is exactly the same as regular Connect 4, but it, like, you know, is space themed.
It has lasers.
It has lasers.
There is also Chess 2.
Why would
No
I
one likes
play...
chess
Do
too.
you think... Compass, do you think I'm smart enough to play chess?
I think you're the only one who knows how to play chess too.
That is most likely correct. I have downloaded the 10-minute tutorial video for Chess 2 into my memory.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, buddy. I just don't think I'm gonna be a very good... I'm sorry, I just realized that playing Compass in chess is like the ultimate form of playing the computer in chess. The computer has a face, and it's judging you.
I could go on easy mode for you, Captain.
No, that's just embarrassing. We're gonna play Connect 4.
Alright, Connect form.
Connect
that will
4.
definitely not result in the death of one of us.
Yeah, absolutely not. Who wants to roll to see who wins at Connect 4?
Sure.
There is a 4-person game of Connect 4 going on. Everyone roll 2d6 to play Space Connect 4.
Yay!
Ow!
Oh, shame, I don't get my whip modifier to this. And because of that, the cat wins.
I mean, yeah! The cat is really good at connecting things.
Fuck yeah.
Slow clap.
Yeah, I got skills sometimes.
Sometimes.
We all rolled a 4.
Yep.
I mean, you were in the spirit. You were connecting 4.
We were connecting 4.
We connected those 4s.
Oh,
Well,
whoops, and I am the fool who didn't switch my character today.
It's all good. Yeah, all
Well...
right. So after a rousing game of Space Connect 4, the sandstorm eventually passes enough, and there is enough of it to be wiped off the windshield wipers on the spaceship, because those are definitely necessary to go through space.
Very important.
That you can descend down to the surface of Cayetana. And you step outside, the winds have died down, they're not like blowing sand everywhere, so you can see across the vast stretches of desert, like baked black, red, and yellow dunes as far as the eye can see in every direction.
I'm not walking in this. I'm getting my bikes.
Wes, do we have anything that can, like, you know, with all of our previous shit, we've had beacons to help us kind of look for, you know, some idea of where we're going. Do we have anything this time that can track warp energy or anything like that?
Well, we probably do back on the cloudburst. But that's typically something that needs to be aligned on various different points on the planet, and we just kind of gung-hoed and came down here expecting that it'd just be, you know, a temple right in front of us again.
I wasn't really expecting a temple right in front of us, given the sand shit. I just kind of figured we'd have something to at least sort of begin to look. Okay. Cool.
It is cool.
Yeah. By my calculations, Captain, there are hundreds of thousands of miles of desert around us to search.
Let's count all the grains of sand.
No.
Are you a masochist?
No.
Two,
No.
Yeah, go on, Compass.
5, 6,
No.
7.
No. We're not gonna count the individual grains of sand.
I was counting by the trillions, Captain.
Okay, well, good for you. I'm proud of you. You know I'm shit at math, so I'm proud of you. This is to say, I mean, I'm not sure. I should have asked for a freaking beacon or something before we left. That would have been
crap.
smart thing.
We forgot the beacons.
We did forget to ask about the beacons, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oops. I mean, we could try getting them delivered.
There's a chance
Jericho,
communications haven't been knocked out.
Jericho shuffles back into the ship and pulls out her phone and calls the Countess.
Oh, hello, Jericho. How are you doing?
Doing fine. Lost at Connect 4, not great. So we forgot to ask for any beacons or anything that could help us, like, actually locate something on the planet surface, because we're not very...
You don't say, because here I was, sitting in the supply closet, calculating the bill for all the various things that you have charged to my account, and what do I see but a couple of beacons here, and I think, surely those would be useful on a desert planet.
They would be extremely useful.
Sand and death on it.
You're so right. You know, when you're right, and you're always right.
That is correct.
Do you think you could set them down, please?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Countess Ulna, my patron, and a woman whom I respect very much for putting up with our bullshit, could you please send us the beacons that we so callously left behind because we are fools?
I'm so sorry. Oh man, there must be some interference on the desert planet. I definitely didn't catch that.
Countess Ulna, I'm very sorry that we left the beacons that we had you get for us with the money that you have been spending on us on our ungrateful, foolish actions. Please send us the beacons.
Oh, I suppose I can spare a supply drop or two. I mean, it will come out of my account, but that's nothing new.
I am very, very sorry.
You should be. And she hangs up.
Wow.
So how'd it go, Captain?
You know what? We're getting the beacons. And
that's good.
Yeah, the beacons will be coming, and that's all that really matters. Everything else about that discussion, we just don't need to think about it. It's fine. Jericho's staring off into the distance as just like she's clearly like fading from this fucking reality. Can we pretend that the airplanes in the night skies are shooting stars?
I just got that song out my head.
You're welcome.
Shame.
Then are you good?
She's just muttering, I could really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now.
So back to the ship.
Because we gotta wait for the beacons, yeah.
Speaking of airplanes in the night sky that look like shooting stars, a couple of minutes later, you catch sight of this, like, metallic object in the distance falling through the sky and landing, I was going to say nearby dunes, but you know the vague direction of the dune that they landed near.
Let's go. Okay, well, Chance, I guess let's go get him.
Yep. Gonna go get him.
Let's go get him.
God. Whilst
Up and zoom.
yeah.
Zoom. Here we go.
Whilst you go get them, Ace is just taking pictures of everything, like the surroundings, and he just sends them to Jack, going, "At the beach, lol."
And you didn't invite me? What the fuck?
Consider, while Ace is waiting for us to get back with the beacons, consider one of those inflatable pools. Just pop it out and put it in the fucking sand. Just fucking fine. I'm sorry, this whole thing has gotten very silly. Let's get those beacons.
This is incredibly silly.
Yeah, this is a very serious game. Let's get those beacons.
All right. So for
Those
those
bacons.
who are on the skiffs, riding across the desert toward the beacon, eventually you pass by this like huge obsidian like black stone statue that appears to be of some kind of humanoid, but like facial features have been chipped off. There's no nose. There's half a mouth. One of the eyes like caved in, and it is half buried in sand. Next to it lies this big old metallic sphere that looks to have been a supply drop of some kind. Unfortunately, the door is, like, ripped aside from the sphere off to the side, and it is empty.
Oh. Oh no. Oh, no. Is the supply sphere, is it, like, new? Like, it may have dropped. I just wanted to see if it's
It
ours.
looks relatively untouched by sand.
Oh, no! Ah!
Right. Can I like look around to see if there's any sort of sign of any like tracks or other like disturbances in the area where anything else might have gone?
Absolutely, yeah. Make a savvy check.
Cool. Can I use my keen eyes for that?
Yeah, because you are looking around for details. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, nice.
Ooh. Nice.
Alright. So, like, very obviously, this was broken into. You do not, however, see any footprints of, like, things or creatures that might have been nearby to rip open the sphere. Now, obviously, they would have to be smart enough to know that such a sphere would have supplies if you opened the door. So, you narrow your search down to, is there any sign of humanoids or anything that can use devices? And they hid very well, but, like, some of the sand around here looks to have been, like, moved not too long ago, and you just kind of move it out of the way, and it looks like there are some skiff tracks that are not yours.
Captain, you see that?
I see that somebody stole my fucking beacon!
Yeah. Let's go get him.
Let's go fucking get him. Jericho calls up Ace, Rez, and Compass. Get on the other skiff! Somebody stole our shit!
What? It dropped down like 10 minutes ago! How'd you lose it already?
I didn't lose it! Someone else took it! Very different!
Maybe you should have kept your eyes open.
Okay, enough bitching. We're getting on the fucking skiff and joining us so we can track down the asshole who stole my shit. I don't want to tell Countess Olna I lost a fucking beacon.
That's nothing.
Alright. If you piss me off at any point during this trip, I'm gonna tell her.
You wouldn't fucking dare.
You're gonna get grounded.
She can't ground me! I'm an adult!
I'm pretty sure Captain is like one of the only people who are ungroundable.
Thank you, Chance!
I too, let's go.
Alright,
let's go.
Let's track some skiff tracks.
Cool. The other skiff rides off until it meets up with Jericho and Chance by the spooky statue and the broken-into supply capsule. And I assume you just go right off in the direction of those tracks.
Yeah.
While we're here, Rez, you're good with weird shit. Does any of this statue stuff look familiar to you?
I can certainly make a check and see.
Yeah.
You can, if you want to see if it's connected to, like, the warp. That's weird. Otherwise, historical stuff would be wit.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna try weird first, knowing the planet that we're on.
Compass, could you do some checking on Space Wikipedia?
Scanning Space Wikipedia. Scanning Space Wikipedia.
Thank you. Ooh.
I should not have rolled 3 times. That is my bad. Roll 20 was slow.
Rip.
Alright. Rez, given what the thing is carved out of, you look, think, oh, it's obsidian. No, it is some kind of, like, warp-enhanced rock that was not, like, carved with tools and stuff. More like someone pointed a hand at it and, like, twisted the very shape of this rock into what was a humanoid shape, but then became, like, weathered with age. So, yeah, this was a warp-made statue at some point. Compass finishes searching Space Wikipedia. Space Wikipedia does not have any publicly available information about what this statue is.
Want to maybe make a check through some less public information?
That would not be advantage, but I can see if I can break in to secret databases.
I mean, listen, listen, you're very good at computer chess.
I am, in fact, very good at computer chess.
Heck yeah.
It's a good thing their locks are decrypted by computer chess.
Mm-hmm. They tried for a classic maneuver. I knew the classic maneuver that countered the classic maneuver. Let me explain in great detail what that was for future reference.
Right.
Thank you, Compass. Very cool.
You guys.
For a solid 5 minutes of chat references.
Next, what did you find out, Compass?
Well, previous scans of the planet by the Antares Collective have estimated that perhaps this was a statue of a previous generation leader of warp witches.
Huh. Interesting.
Ooh.
Would you happen to know what happened to them?
To the Antares Collective or to the
No,
warp witches?
warp witches. The Antares are regrettably very much a current happening problem. Warp witches are more the thing that's in front of us, so...
The Antares scanning and invasion force that went to this planet were wiped out before they could figure that out.
Ah. I'm not sure how to feel that apparently this didn't work out so well for the Antares Collective, and we're here instead.
They were all wiped out?
Affirmative.
Spooky.
There is a biopic coming out soon on Space CNN called The Tragedy of the Remus that provides a very dramatized version of it.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
I actually read the news before the stream. Do you taste copper?
Hey, because I'm not an android.
Alright, no, I'm mostly just tasting sand. Let's try to hunt down our beacons.
Also, Captain,
Yes.
is it weird that I know what taste is?
I mean, given your most recent upgrades, honestly, I couldn't tell you what's weird. It's probably, you know what? Just marvel on this new sense of taste. You got something to think about while we're riding. Don't even worry about it. Let's get on the bikes.
You know what we should have brought?
What?
Some sandwiches.
No.
Ah?
No.
I just lost another expensive thing for our host, and she's gonna be so fucking mad, and I am doing nothing but failing downwards in her direction, and things are getting we need to go! Let's go!
Yeah.
Sorry. I like how me and Sleepy made the joke at the exact same time.
The planet is full of sandwiches.
Also, the irony is, when I was telling the joke, I was telling it with the sand in mind and not the witches.
You gotta do a double meaning joke. That's how you get the good jokes.
We should probably get going before we lose the tracks, though.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Lads.
You do, in fact, get going, following the tracks. With Chance knowing vaguely what the attempted disguise looks like, you're following their intuition and estimation as to where the tracks go, and eventually you actually catch sight of one of the beacons planted in the sand atop a nearby dune.
Well, that's not ominous.
So, one of us is a crafty space rogue who's light on his feet and would potentially be okay should there be a horrible trap.
I could just do a cool backflip.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah, I fully believe you can do a cool backflip. You wanna check that shit out? You wanna go see what's up?
Sure. I'm like
Good.
the rogues in that old Nintendo Switch game called Metopia. Just do a backflip and can't be touched.
Exactly. I fully believe. I can't wait to see the backflip, or maybe
God,
not, because nothing dangerous will happen.
Nintendo Switch was such a brick.
It really was.
Who uses
Alright.
consoles anymore? No, joking.
Roll Swift to do a cool backflip.
Oh, it wasn't very cool.
Yeah. You backflip and land. You know, normally you would land on your feet, but you underestimate, hey, sand has a different feel than most solid objects, so you just kind of sink into the sand a little bit.
Okay.
But then you stick the landing.
All right, that was the warm up.
All right. Now go. Actually, check out the thing. That's what we're actually doing. It wasn't actually about you doing a backflip. The backflip is if something goes wrong.
All right, I Captain.
All right. You head up the sand dune. It is slow going because walking through sand fucking sucks, and this is a very tall dune. Then eventually, you get up top, see where the beacon is. It does not appear to be activated, like someone threw the switch on it, but it didn't actually turn on because, like, proper procedure wasn't followed.
Mm-hmm.
So you just look over and then look on the other side of the dune, and there are just, like, piles and piles of bones scattered around, like, this valley that lies before you. Some of which have, like, broken and decrepit pieces of metal and scrap scattered around them. None of which look alive in the slightest, obviously, because they're bones, and look like they have been there for a while.
Oh.
Could I tell what the bones are?
They look humanoid.
Ah. All right. I will call up Rez.
Yo.
Right. So the good news is the beacon hasn't been activated, so we're still kind of in control of that for now.
Okay.
The bad news is there's fucking carnage over here.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, there's a lot of bones. We could probably make a museum from them.
Damn.
Do you want to come over and look?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You could take a selfie together by the bones. That'd be cool.
Sure.
Wait, what do you say you found?
What? Bones? Okay, well if it's safe, let's check it out.
I would like
Bones
to look.
with a capital B.
Let's tromp our way up this fucking dune.
You tromp and chomp up the dune, leaving the skiffs in park at the bottom, so they don't slide off and get lost anywhere, and look down as the wind blows more sand out of the way in the valley and reveals more and more bones.
E.
So,
I hate that. But
So we do have the beacon. Let's take the beacon and let's go somewhere else.
I agree.
what if there's cool shit that I could use in this pile?
No.
Okay,
Past the
consider
ocean.
if there's cool shit, it's super haunted.
And
I'm sorry. Do you want ghosts? Because
I can shoot ghost bullets.
Ghosts aren't real.
You make a compelling point. You know what? No, I'm feeling this now. No. Ghost bolt. No. Let's.
Can I look for ghost bullets?
If
Chance.
You want to look for ghost bullets.
Chance. There's a pile. There's a
Yeah.
pile of bones there, which implies everyone who went there died. Are you sure it's worth going for ghost bullets?
I mean,
You know,
what's the worst that could happen?
Okay,
You
you
could die.
No. The last time I heard that was before the fucking path of death. No, we're not doing this shit. No. Jericho points back down at the skiffs. Get back to the skiffs. We're grabbing the beacon. No.
all right. You know the only ghosts that exist in the world are the ghosts of your past.
That's what the ghosts want you to think.
Let's fucking go.
Yep.
Let's
Let's
get
go.
This beacon
Wait,
and
Rez,
let's-
we've got to take a selfie by the bones.
Sure.
You're gonna have to crouch down.
Maybe
a bit.
we'll get some ghosts in the frame.
Yep.
Beautiful.
All right. You take a photo overlooking all the bones, and you take a look to see, hey, was I blinking? Is the sun in my eyes? Make a savvy check for me, please.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Since I'm also a part of the photo, do I also get to make a roll?
Sure. Hey,
Hey.
Aetha. I don't know. There looks to be like some noise in the background. Like maybe it didn't focus that part too well. Rez, so bad news. Rez, there's blood in the photo surrounding the bodies that definitely isn't there when you look at it through normal eyes.
Ugh.
Hey guys,
We might want to retake this.
No.
so there's blood in the photo that isn't there down there, and that's very concerning. Can I make a weird roll for warp stuff?
Oh yes.
That's a
There's
shame.
definitely warp stuff here.
Okay.
I can't believe social media saved the day.
Okay, cool. So this seems like a good thing to step away from.
Those bones are potentially more fresh than they look.
Maybe.
That's
Yeah.
promising.
Yeah. So are people good with going back to the skiffs, please?
Yep,
I mean,
sure.
it depends. Do we have everything that we need that was taken from the beacons?
Okay, good to check to see if the beacon is actually operational.
Well, and if there was more than one beacon.
They usually come in
Yeah.
sets of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the others are missing,
Cool.
and we'll have to keep looking. But is this one functional?
It looks like
Oops.
Whoop.
Whoops.
it looks like the
Wow.
beacon
Clicking
isn't
shit.
broken. It was just improperly turned on and left behind here.
Okay.
Sweet. Hate that.
Yep. Cool. We at least have something.
Now we just need
Okay.
to find where the other two went.
Yeah, let's
Cool.
keep following
Speaking
the
of keen
tracks.
eyes, can I try looking for a new track unless the tracks continue somewhere?
Sure. Go ahead and try looking for a new track.
That
So
was
that is
what,
double
savvy?
savvy. 2 savvy, yes. Oh.
Oh.
Oof.
You were distracted by the idea of getting ghost bullets. So you can definitely tell tracks go up here, but you're not sure where they went from here.
I am very eagerly looking for these tracks because I want to get the fuck out of Dodge. Can I make a savvy roll?
Yes.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Bad. I only say bad because 6 is the failure state.
We could use Space Mulligan to bump one of these up, right?
You could use it to bump the 9 up to a success.
Let's do that.
That sounds like a plan.
In agreement?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Do it.
You use the space mulligan and bring it up to a success. Jericho, you want to get the fuck out of Dodge. You want to go absolutely where the battlefield is not. So, since you were with Chance when Chance pointed out the tracks, you know kind of what to look for, and you think you have a good idea on where the tracks go. Oh, in a wide berth around the valley.
Well, I guess let's follow the tracks. Alright, come on, guys. Let's get on these skiffs and get going.
Yeah. I walk through the valley. Sorry. We skiff through the valley.
You skip through the valley.
We skiff through the valley.
You descend the sand dune. And it also takes a while, because you don't want to slip and, tumble down a sand dune, because that would look really stupid.
I backflip.
Roll
Oh
switch to
my
backflip. You backflip, but you do not stick the landing, so you end up just, tumbling all the way down the sand dune to the skiffs. And then you just stand up, hold your hands up in the air like a gymnastics routine.
Ta-da!
Wow, that looks
You want to talk about it?
lame.
Hey, I got here first. Technically, I win.
Uh-huh.
I win in my heart.
That doesn't matter.
God.
You get back on the skiffs and take a long ride around following the tracks. I'm just gonna double check something real quick. Okay. In the distance, you see this, like, bright flash of light soaring over the dunes straight up into the sky that then bursts into, like, this pattern of bright pink and purple fireworks.
Oh.
Weird roll.
Weird roll.
Wait, what was it, sorry?
Weird pink and purple firework patterns, basically.
Oh, beautiful.
Those are, Rez, those are definitely the colors of the warp. So
They're
definitely
pretty.
something happened. They're very pretty, Ace. And you don't believe in ghosts and or the warp, so it's probably nothing.
I need to drink some water. I'm dehydrating and hallucinating.
Oh, good. Warp magic in the sky. Well,
Brilliant.
might as well figure out what's going on there, right?
Yep.
If there's a beacon there, sure.
Sure, let's check it out.
Alright. You zoom off in that direction, hoping that the tracks go that way. Conveniently, they do. You get to a part where the tracks, like, suddenly make a sharp right turn, and dropped half buried in the sand is another one of the beacons. This one is not, like, turned on or improperly turned on. It was left as is, just, like, it looks dislodged from something.
Oh.
Is it fine otherwise?
Otherwise, it looks fine. Needs a little bit of cleaning, but should work.
Great.
Well, let's pick that up.
All
Can
right.
I take a picture of, like, the surrounding area to see if there's any more blood or anything?
Absolutely. You take a picture of the surrounding area. Make a savvy check, please.
Okay. Do.
Everything looks fine. It's...
Can I show it to everyone else?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
That's
gonna
a nice
take a
picture.
look. I'm gonna
Look at-
make a step.
Danny,
I'm
look
sus.
at Miss Sand.
Look at me
sus.
stand!
I'm sus as I look at the sand.
Everyone just looks at the sand.
Hey,
With
hey,
glaciers
I got
of
a
sand.
9. I got a 9.
You got a 9. Unfortunately, it wasn't all the same, so it's not the sex number, technically.
Damn it! Not the sex number.
But I mean,
It's close to the
broke up
sex
Satan.
number.
We broke up Satan's number with the sex number.
Mhm. Satan's number I'll accept if it's multiple people. Sex number has to be the same person. With a
Correct.
9, so everyone else just kind of glazes over as they look at the picture of sand, because it's one of those family vacation slide photos, and this is us in front of one of the great French arches. I don't remember what it's called. Here's another photo of us, but slightly tilted our heads to the left. Yeah. So
Sure
everyone
is
else is
sand.
glazing over. Jericho, you take a look. You don't see any blood. You do, however, notice, wait a minute. So the track you were following is mostly covered up and looks a little bit different than your skiff tracks. And you have 2. Why is there a 3rd skiff track going the same way yours were?
Oh,
What's up?
there's a
so we
third.
got ghosts anyway.
There's a 3rd skiff track that's following us.
No, ghosts aren't a thing.
I'm gonna check our tracks outside of the picture to see if I see these tracks.
Outside of the picture, now that you've seen the tracks, oh shit, yeah. There is in fact a 3rd skiff track, but no 3rd skiff anywhere in sight.
Yeah, Ace, I think you might want to rethink your stance.
There is no such thing as ghosts. Ghostbusters was not a
I mean,
documentary.
I'll be honest, if I'm seeing this outside of the picture, I'm more inclined to believe there's actually a 3rd skiff tailing us. Not a ghost skiff, but like a skiff.
Alright.
But then where is it?
I guess, where is this 3rd skiff, like, has it moved on or anything, or is it literally just, like, in line with ours?
It is in line with yours. Like, obviously there's some variants, like your two skip tracks aren't parallel, and neither is this one, but it's going in roughly the same direction.
All right.
I'm gonna
In the picture, did I get, like, the end of the track?
Yes. It stopped roughly where your skips are.
Hey, so someone there? You want to, like, show up and say hi? You're going to be a bitch and just hide.
Can I just stand where the skiff track ends?
Alright, Rez. You walk over to where the skip track ends. Wham! You feel yourself like walking into something solid and metal.
Hey, Captain, there's a ghost skiff here.
Yeah, great. Hey, we figured out you're here. Are you gonna keep doing the invisibility thing?
There's no response.
I knock on the skiff that I rammed into.
You knock on the skiff. It does in fact sound like there's a skiff under there, and like the air around it seems to shift and wobble a little bit, and you realize, and feel, rather, hey, that's fabric under my hand. And you, like, move it aside a little bit. It looks like there was a cloth, the exact coloration of the dunes around it, hiding a skiff.
I pull down the cloth.
You pull down the cloth. Ta-da! There's a skiff down in there.
It's not a ghost skiff.
Cool.
Damn.
Where's its rider?
Is it?
I start waving the cloth around the area of the skiff.
I'm gonna check if there's any footprints or anything going.
Is it autopiloted?
Alright, so, Raz, you just, like, flail the fabric back and forth. It doesn't appear to hit anyone. Alright. So, Jericho, you use the knowledge of what the disguised skiff tracks look like and apply. Maybe they did the same thing with footprints, and you start scooching some sand around to see, hey, did anyone, like, fill in their footprints with sand behind them? And it looks like yes, and they went to the top of a dune overlooking this particular area.
Okay, time to follow the ghost footprints.
Wait, is there
footprints.
anything in the skiff that might be a clue also to who these guys might be? Can I loot the skiff?
You can, do you wish to loot the skiff, Chance?
Consider whoever owns it might not be a foe, and I don't want to get on their bad side by stealing from them.
I just want to look to see what they have.
Yeah, let's see what they have.
Maybe I
don't
don't.
steal anything
Maybe
yet.
I don't want what they got.
Because they followed us without attacking us, so.
Yeah.
Alright. You start rummaging through, like, side pockets on the skiff. It looks pretty lightly packed. There are some, like, metallic thermos bottles that you open up thinking, is there, like, water or disguised bombs in here? No, it's sand.
Oh, good.
Cool.
Sand.
Right. You know, you gotta keep those thermoses full of sand, just in case you need the sand, where there's sand
Yep.
everywhere.
Emergency rations.
Emergency rations of sand?
Well,
Yep.
if sand's the only thing that's here, then fuck this. Let's go.
I'm gonna
Agreed.
follow those footprints.
Alright.
Follow those footprints.
You start following the footprints, pointing out where they are so anyone who wants to can follow, and start climbing up the dune. You get about a third of the way up before you spot some movement atop the dune, like dive to the other side opposite from you.
I chase them and try to tackle them.
Alright, make a tough roll because they have a very high distance advantage on you, and you're going uphill. So
Oh, God.
yeah, that's
Can I try?
Can we do as well?
Sure.
Tough roll, let's go, baby!
What the fuck?
Oh,
Oh my god! What's happening?
no! What is happening? So Ace, you're
Hit the
naturally
dirt.
pretty fast, so you just sprint up to the top of the hill, ready to tackle whoever's there, but you don't see anyone.
Ah, shite.
God, I'm just like, hey, get back here! I don't actually want to fucking fight you. I just want to talk to you.
Yeah, we're harmless. Someone wants to flirt with you.
It should be very clear we're harmless. I just tried to stop you and landed face first in some sand.
3 of us landed face first in sand.
We're all very harmless.
Don't
I'll
do
keep-
well in sand.
I'll like speed snap pictures around to see if I can spot them anywhere.
Okay, you just take a whole bunch of different pictures of sand. So I'm not gonna have this actually happen, but I just imagine like Ace set up a macro on his phone to send any new pictures of sand in the beach to Jack, and you just get a text back. It's 3 in the morning.
I didn't even think of that.
But
What are you talking about? The sun's up.
When you check the clock, you better make sure you read it right. If
Not
you do
no
not,
Erie time. Planet time zones, Ace.
if you do not, there is a chance that we will fight. This is the time zone song to help you learn.
Oh, story of my life.
Anyway, you just speed take some photos. Make a savvy check, please, with disadvantage, because you're like hurriedly taking multiple and searching through each one.
Oh.
Oh, dang. That would have been amazing if it was a double success, but alas.
Alas.
Alright.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can roll. Never mind. I'm like, wait, I could bump this up. No, this will help nothing. What am I saying?
It'll turn it into a success if you bump it up 1.
Hey,
Disadvantage.
do you feel inspired? I hope you feel inspired by me saying how we're all completely harmless.
I'm sure. We're such amazing people.
Yes, that will make that a success.
Alright. That will make it a success. You speed take some pictures looking for any footprints. It looks like whoever was leaving them was in a hurry to cover them up, because the photos show them relatively well now that you know what to look for, and they head around the corner of yet another very tall dune.
Another, oh, for fuck's sake. Right, guys, this way.
You do some more trudging and walking and climbing through the seemingly endless sand dunes before you get to what looks to have been a cavern, basically, a hollow cavern with a big rock overhang that goes through a tunnel, and some more of those warped statues of disfigured faces carved into the walls and ceiling of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, there also appear to have been, like, little lines, like, man-made and reinforced with stone, dug into the surface of the sand here. Unfortunately, the stone has now filled up entirely with sand, including a large pool in the middle of the tunnel, also filled up with sand.
Oh.
But it does have, like, the very tip of the third beacon shoved into the middle of the sand pool in the middle of these little canals, basically, is what they are.
Let's dig it out.
While I'm standing around, so I'm still like looking for the person we're following,
Right.
and I'm like, okay, hey, come on, we really do just want to talk. And then I summon a bit of warp energy, like a very small amount. Like, see, I'm like you. Maybe. I hate to make assumptions, but you're not giving me a lot to work with, but, you know, I could be like you. I'd like to give it a shot.
And then you, as you reveal this and talk, Jericho, you hear from somewhere deeper in the tunnel, "What do the spears do?"
The spear? Oh, the beacons.
What do the spears do?
They are supposed to, well, you know, the fancy word is triangulate, but I'll be honest, I have no fucking clue what triangulate means. I'm pretty sure they're basically looking for warp energy, because we're looking for something on this planet. Judging from the current happenings, though, they might honestly just get scrambled by the amount of shit that's happening in this desert.
Warp infests the planet.
You know, I've encountered that before.
Why?
So in that,
Why are
Why?
you here?
Well, we're looking for a way to. I mean, I guess. We were looking for a weapon that would harness the warp. But to be honest, currently I'm just looking to see if there's a way we can find a way to live with it instead of trying to control it necessarily.
The air near the tunnel shimmers and like fabric is tossed aside, and underneath it is this like very tall, very bulky woman, like humanoid in shape, about like 7.5 feet tall, with like saber-toothed fangs down to her chin on one side, with like hard, rocky skin, roughly the color of the desert dunes underneath, and several braids in her dark hair, as she just stares over at you. Not so different from us after all.
Yeah, Jericho's like, oh no, tall woman. oh no, tall woman. Yes, yeah, hi. I'm Captain Jericho Nova, and this is my crew. And you are?
You're fucking tall.
Ace, for the love of fucking God, we just met. I'm sorry for my friend, he's Scottish.
I am Desert Runner.
Oh, well, that's a cool name.
It is not a name. We know who we are.
I see. So are you all called Desert Runner?
Yes.
Interesting. So how do you differentiate?
We know who we are.
Okay, cool.
Fair enough.
Are you a warp witch or something else? No. Okay.
We are Desert Runner.
Okay. And you guys, are there more of you that live here or just you?
Yes.
You don't have some weird hive mind shit going on, do you?
No.
Good. That would have been creepy.
Okay, well, I assume you're the one that took our beacons?
Fell from the sky. Few things do nowadays. Last thing that did not end well for them. Wanted to see if there was anything useful, like last time.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Well, if it makes you feel any better, we're also not big fans of the last people that came from the sky.
She has no response, she just stares.
So, you said that we might not be so different? Are you guys trying to do things with the warp?
No.
No. Alright, well... So you know who you are. I don't, so how about you fill me in?
This planet had warp witches. We, to survive alongside them, learned.
What did you learn?
How to survive.
Does that entail the hiding?
When it needs to.
I see. So, warp witches bad is what I'm getting.
Warp witches are.
You know, that makes more sense. That sounds about where I was going with it, so that makes sense. Alright.
So where's everyone else?
Just desert runners. Warp witches, gone. No one comes to Keotana. Live.
I see.
Oh.
So did the warp witches leave?
Yes,
Okay.
When?
long ago.
When this place became warp infested?
No.
No. Do you know why they left? Just desert planet bad?
Second to last time, something fell from the sky.
What fell from this? What came before the collective?
She's doing some math in her head. Collective.
Collective was the first one. You said there was something before them? Not the first one, the last one. The guys that just got McFucking wrecked.
First, explain. She, unfurls... She pulls this, staff from her back and draws a shape in the sand. The symbol of the Antares Collective. A big circle with the triangles around it to look like a sun. She points to it with the staff. Collective.
Yes, that's the
Hi.
collective. They suck.
Collective, second to last.
Okay. So what was... So when the collective showed up, that's when the Warp Witches left.
Yes.
Okay.
Ah.
And we're the last thing that drops. That's the beacons. Okay, it all checks out now. It all makes sense.
But not counting you.
I see. Okay. So what was the last thing that dropped?
A ship. Smaller.
Okay.
Did you see who was on it?
One man.
Just one man.
One man.
Did he... Okay, so... Did he dress all in black, have multiple buckles, and have a big spiky helmet?
Very unfit outfit for the desert.
Did he have a
Yeah.
glowy death spear?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
cool. Love that. How long?
Fuck me.
Okay, so that's so that guy's called Grail Khan. He sucks. I'm not gonna say worse than the collective. They're about equally pains in my ass, but he's pretty bad too.
They're different types of suck.
Did you? When did he show up?
Not long.
I see.
Is he still here?
No.
No, he left.
Ah.
So I guess,
What was he doing?
well, presumably looking for what we were looking for.
Shit, has he found it already?
But if he left, did he find it?
Did you see if he took something with him when he left?
Yes.
What was it?
Last warp witch who stayed on Kayutana.
Ah.
Fucking knew it.
Oh.
They went
Yes.
back to ship. Left together.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Let me see. Well, we found my crush's hometown. Great.
Oh.
Love that. Okay, but he... Okay, so it couldn't have been looking for what we're looking for, though, because he... Unless they already have the piece, but... So out of so this place has been... So the Warp Witches left when the collective left. And all their stuff is like... I assume that, you know, these statues and stuff are what's left. You wouldn't happen to know if there's like a... This is gonna seem kind of lame, but we've encountered like multiple temples, so the assumption would be a temple sort of thing.
I'm just double checking my notes real quick to see what she would know. Perhaps.
Perhaps?
Have not been near, have not been inside.
Okay. Well, that's what we're looking for. I think, anyway. I mean, maybe we should probably use the beacons to double check, but given how things have been, I would... You know, these things have patterns. I'm not entirely incapable of pattern recognition. Do you think... Would you be willing to show us where it is? Or is it... Like, I'll understand if you don't want to. It sounds like you do what you gotta to survive around here.
Sorry, just figuring out how to particularly phrase this next part.
Okay.
Those who follow Desert Runner must be worthy of the way.
Alright.
Oh.
Well, what's the way?
What use are you?
So recently we went through a path of death and lived, so I think we're very useful.
What use are you?
I mean, I can shoot things, run fast, hide well.
Show me.
Shit.
I can't believe it. The world's the most pressure Ace has ever had to do a backflip.
I'll
Nice,
try
do a
and do a-
backflip.
I'll do a fucking backflip.
Roll Swift.
I mean, I did it!
You did do a backflip, but once again, you're not quite used to landing on the sand after a backflip.
Ta-da!
She immediately turns away, looks to the rest of the group. What use are you?
I'm strong.
Show me.
Alright, how many of you guys want to be lifted?
Oh, Jericho immediately throws up hand. I will take any chance.
Anyone else want to be lifted?
You think you can manage it?
Alright.
Alright.
Get one of you on each arm.
I believe
Try to-
I believe you have a stunt that lets you lift
Yep.
heavy things, so tough with advantage, please. Oh yeah! Yeah, you just hoist both of them up into the air with one hand each.
Jericho poses.
The Desert Runner
Yeah.
just does a quick nod, waits for you to set them down, looks at Jericho and Rez. What do you do?
Well, like I said, I seek to kind of find a way to live with the warp beside it as opposed to really control it. Jericho, again, summons the energy. But also, if that doesn't cut it, I do have a cool sword. There is that.
Show me.
Does some cool sword moves. Okay! So I'm just rolling tough and then adding 1 to the sword, right? Because of the sword thing, right?
If you're showing off how cool you look with a sword, I'll do a variant of it. Roll savvy and add 1 because of the sword play.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna do the sword play, and then at the end I'm gonna do a little like a tiny little warp blast. It'll be cool. Okay,
Cool.
so whoop. All right, and then so this is
So
sorry.
that's a 10.
That's a 10. Cool.
Yep.
And then boop. Bummer.
Yeah. You do some really cool sword tricks. You flip it up in the air, catch it behind your back, and then you just shoot a little pink blast into the wall.
So the second one, I will say, I did just if this were, say, some sort of session sort of thing, I may have learned to do this in game time a couple of hours ago. I'm still kind of... Okay, I'm saying this like a joke, but I'll be honest, I'm working on accepting this part of myself. That doesn't just happen overnight, but I'm trying.
The Desert Runner just turns to Rez. What do you do?
Rez just pulls out her tablet and changes the slider on the color wheel thing for her outfit.
Roll wit to impress the Desert Runner with your technology. She turns to Compass. What do you do? I do not feel like hinging the success of my party on someone who is not here is particularly fair. I still taste copper, Captain.
We also have, and then Jericho reaches into Compass's pack, Space Gatorade!
Yeah, the Desert Runner walks over, looks at the pack of Space Gatorade, just like grabs it from your hand.
It has space electrolytes and is a cool mountain flavor.
She like straps the little plastic hook on the Space Gatorade to her staff, slaps it across her back. Come, make sure no one follows. And she just turns and walks off without looking to see if you're following.
All right, let's go, kids.
Yes, we're following.
Yep.
So begins the long, long hike back to the skiffs, around the dunes, up the dune, down the dune, across the dune, up another dune, down another dune.
Jericho looks longingly at the pack of space Gatorade.
I don't remember walking this far.
Yeah, the Desert Runner has, like, zero problem moving. She's just, like, effortlessly walking across the sand, like, barely sinking into it. And as she goes, like, sand falls from the thermos strapped to her side, filling in the little tracks she leaves behind.
Oh, fucking cool. So can you do that with any sand, or does it have to be specific sand?
Do what?
To fill in your tracks like what the sand is doing. And hide yourself.
The Desert Runner looks behind, just kind of stares at you, looks forward. And you do not know how to do this?
I mean, no, but I'd be interested to learn.
Weak, she says, just hopping onto a skiff.
That makes sense what the bottle of sand is for now.
Alright, I'm done crying after that horrible backflip. What'd I miss?
Oh my god, Jericho gets on the skiff. God, she's so fucking cool. Let's go.
They accepted our sacrifice of Space Gatorade, and now they're showing us.
Lovely.
Alright. The Desert Runner fires up her skiff, throws fabric back over it after seeing, hey, it was tossed to the side, like cloaking her, and then zooms off, sand pouring from the back of her skiff, falling into the tracks and covering up where they lead.
Alright, let's hurry up and catch up.
No problem.
Okay.
You zoom alongside, over and around several different skiffs, past, like, broken statues, broken obelisks, broken pieces of stone and metal that are scattered around the desert, before finally getting to, like, a valley in between several dunes, in which there is, like, an actual pool of water, of all things, on the edge, and several, like, large canvas tents set up, like, that flap in the wind, and you can barely see, as they move in the wind, that they are, in fact, there, because they're camouflaged against the rest of the dunes. Abruptly, the Desert Runner parks the skiff, slides out from underneath it, adjusts the cloak over the skiff, and starts heading down.
Okay, we follow?
Yeah?
I'd assume so.
Yeah. You follow the Desert Runner down towards the tents. There are several other very tall, like saber-tooth, sandy, rock-skinned men and women walking back and forth, carrying various supplies. Offhandedly, the Desert Runner you're with just tosses the Space Gatorade onto one who's carrying several jugs full of water. He just catches it without missing a beat and keeps on walking. Desert Runner that you were with turns back to you. This is temporary. We move in the morning.
Understood. Thank you for bringing us here.
She just keeps staring. You get 1 night of resources from us. 1.
Understood. Thank you. We will cherish it.
Yeah. Duh.
I guess we're vibing here at a desert camp.
You spend some time vibing at desert camp, conveniently around the time that we are going on break.
How convenient.
That's very convenient. We're gonna go use the restroom and get hydrated, because that was a long trek through the desert, and when we come back, it's more desert camp time. Don't go anywhere, we will be back in a couple of minutes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back, space travelers, to Strangers with the Stars. When last we left our heroes, they followed a really tall desert runner lady to a camp full of desert runners who, well, the lady at least offered them supplies for the night before they moved out. Where will they go from there? Who knows?
Who knows?
But for now, you've just kind of like been escorted to a tent, had the tent flap close on you, and been left to your own devices.
Okay, well, I don't know about you guys, but I guess I'm gonna go around and start talking with the locals. Shrugs.
Sure. I can come out and
Might
help
as
you
well.
if you like.
Alright, so shortly after being escorted to a tent, you leave the tent to go talk to the locals.
We
You
can't sit still.
You start speaking some small talk when one of the desert runners, the one who led you here, just like stops, hears your voices, about faces, and walks over to you. You left the tent.
You never said we couldn't.
Why?
Well, I guess I wanted to ask some questions.
She just stares.
I wanted to know about desert running. I wanted to know, information. That's all. If you want us to go back to the tent, then we'll go back to the tent. Sorry, my bad.
You are weak. The night gets hot, and then gets cold. Inside.
Okay.
Makes sense.
As we're going back, I'm gonna do a quick scan around to see if anyone's more warm to talking.
If you're looking for, like, who very important people are, there is one desert runner who, like, just has kind of this wrapped around headdress that sparkles occasionally like silver in the light that looks like way more decorative than anyone else, so that is probably someone high up on the totem pole. That being said, for people who are warm to talking to you, just the one, as she leads you inside the tent, drags in a box, sits on it. You want to ask questions?
Yeah. If you're not too busy, I don't. Sorry. Oh no. Oh no. Jericho's staring off into the abyss. Why is it everything is hot like within the first like
Jerry,
hour?
just
or two of
write
meeting
down the
her?
questions and I'll ask them.
I just fucking. What? Okay. What happened to the warp witches?
They left.
Did they leave or were they taken?
They left.
They left. Okay. Do you know where they went?
No.
Okay. Could I ask? God damn it! I'm like, oh god, this person seems very annoyed. I've listened. I asked a bunch of questions to this woman already. I kind of hoped we'd manage at least something else before we got to this point. Does anyone else have questions?
Did you meet the final warp witch?
She pauses for a bit. Clarification. Me or other desert runners?
Yeah, any of you.
Anybody. Did anyone meet her? Because we kind of know her and we're curious?
Yes.
Yes. Could we talk to someone who knew her?
You are talking to me.
Ah,
Cool.
I see.
So, what was she like? What did she do?
Why was she here by herself?
I did not meet her.
Okay, yes, we're talking to you. Is it possible that we could talk to the one that met her? Tomorrow, maybe?
Tomorrow we leave.
Okay.
Who
Would
was it
it...
that met her?
Speak again, misheard.
Oh, sorry. Who was it that met her?
Desert Runner.
Okay. And
And we meet the desert runner who met her.
You are talking to me.
Meaning that we aren't allowed to talk to them right now because we were talking to this desert runner.
Understand this. Desert Runners understand need for survival. To make sure that you do not die, we allow you to stay for the night. Aid beyond that needs to be proven.
okay, I guess we'll just have to prove ourselves tomorrow then.
Great.
Okay, well, thank you for your help.
No more questions?
You never met her, right? So you couldn't answer if she stayed with the Desert Runners ever.
Once.
Once.
And
I see.
from what you've heard, was she nice? Was she nasty?
Talkative.
Yeah, that sounds like
figures.
That's her.
Yep.
her. Yep, she's really talkative. That's her.
No doubt now.
No. Listen, she could talk a mile a minute. That's part of what makes her so cute. Yeah.
One more. Did you meet the guy who took her?
No.
Okay. When he came here, was he wearing the helmet?
Yes.
Okay. This is confusing.
Alright, well, thank you for your help. We appreciate it. I guess we'll talk tomorrow. Sorry for bothering you.
The Desert Runner stands up, heads out of the tent.
Oh, have I been thinking backwards?
What do you mean?
I thought Melody would have found him.
Apparently not.
Oh, shit. So
It sounds like it's more... Sorry, go on.
did he come here knowing that she was here, or what was he doing here?
If I had to hazard a guess, guy was involved with some experiences that really fucked him up with the warp. Who would potentially know stuff about the warp? Well, if I were, if I had known about warp witches, I probably would have checked one out to see if they could do something about my arm. He's doing a lot worse than me. Maybe he came here hoping for help, and all he found was one lost girl.
And they both want the destruction of the world. What a lovely pair.
I mean, it sounds... I'm not so sure if she wants destruction of the world. I think it's more that... At least, I could be wrong. But judging from the little information we have, my guess would be that she was here on this desert planet alone. All of her people were gone or dead. And this mysterious guy shows up looking for a warp witch, and oh my god, he's mysterious, and also he has a ship that will get me off the planet. If you're in a desperate situation, all it takes is a small amount of kindness to make that person yours forever. That's all you need to do.
Oh.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
So he's got her wrapped around his finger.
It's probably a bit of both. That'd be my guess. I highly doubt he would have given us the time of day during our little robot heist if she weren't around.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't say he's manipulating her necessarily. They seemed like they actually cared about each other. As loath as I am to, guess on somebody's relationships. Actually, I totally am. I hope they aren't dating. That would ruin me.
I doubt it.
But it seems like there's a mutual friendship there. But, if your only friend in the world wants to destroy the entire universe because he's in horrible pain, and you also control the warp so you can, help him do that, that makes sense. That's about it. It's about as good of a motivation as I'm in so much pain, time to destroy the universe.
Jerry,
Yeah?
if the warp was still affecting you as bad as that, would you consider destroying the universe?
No.
Good. He smiles at you.
I mean, why would I? That'd be fucked.
I know, it's just...
I don't... Here's the thing. Even if I'm in endless, unimaginable pain, I've got family out there who isn't in unimaginable pain. There are people out there in the universe who I happen to like. Would rather they weren't, I'd rather they kept living.
And all he has is one little warp bridge. It's just sad.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's a bastard, but when you think about it, it's a bit hard to be mad at him.
No. It is. It's... Here's the thing about living with pain. No matter what, if you're being human, eventually, you settle into whatever normal is, even if that normal is constant agony. The thing about being human is that you have to decide to find something worth living, and you have to do that every day. And if you can't do that, then you find people to help make you feel like you can.
Oh, I know.
I have sympathy that he's failed to do this, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, it's still a selfish decision.
Aye. I mean, if he can find some way to get out of his misery, that's great, but he shouldn't make others suffer for it.
No. I mean, here's the thing. Even if you're suffering, no matter how much you're suffering, can you see a sunset? If you can see a sunset, it's gotta be worth something, right?
Yeah, I agree. My sunset was Jack.
Oh my god, that's the cheesiest thing I've ever heard.
Shut up.
Wow.
Oh.
I'd like to imagine that as you're saying this, you're actually looking at the sunset outside the tent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I'd rather just have the actual sunset.
Fair.
Like, the sun sets across the desert, and as it does, like, there are sparkles of, like, pink, silver, white, all sorts of, like, bright flashes in the air. A desert version of Aurora Borealis, basically, as the sun starts to set. Before it finally descends past the dunes, and the colors fade, leaving only the desert night.
Well, time to enjoy this fun heat and horrible chill.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo! I guess let's go to sleep.
Alright. You sleep through the night, and I definitely am not rolling a random dice to determine anything, because why would the Dungeon Master be rolling dice in this game system? That would be absolutely ridiculous chance.
What?
You have a dream during the night.
Oh
As you sleep, you dream of, like, this massive firefight among the dunes of Cayetana, all sorts of, like, Antares troopers charging forward, like, gathering into circles, firing all around them as, like, bam, bam, clouds of purple, black, and pink, like, erupt around them. Humanoid figures in cloaks burst out, shooting blasts of warp energy at them and dragging them into the sand. It is like a massacre on both sides before finally, like, eventually the fighting stops. The last two men standing collapse onto the dunes, and time fast forwards as like wind and sand, strips away the flesh from their bones and buries them beneath the desert. And then you wake up and it's morning, and that was fucked.
I'm sorry, it's just... Chance is always the one that seems to be...
It's always Chance!
It's always Chance!
Why do I keep seeing all this shit?
What'd you see? Did you see the spider again? Did you tell him to go fuck himself?
Yes, but...
But?
I don't know, I had fucking weirdest dream. Fucking... I think it might have been relevant to what happened here. I don't know. We were, not we, but I was seeing, the Antares Collective on this planet. And they were just, war zoning the place with the warp witches, and, it just got fucking wiped.
Well, I mean, that checks out. Alright, well, maybe let's, see... Before we go looking for this thing, maybe let's go see how we can make ourselves useful.
Alright. You step outside, the vast majority of the desert runners have, packed up their tent. They are just straight up gone, wrapped around blocks of wood and strapped to the backs of several skiffs that are at the top of dunes, looking like they are ready to shove off. You recognize the one that actually talks to you among them, nearby her skiffs and yours.
Anything we can do to help?
He turns to Chance. You carry things. Pack, quickly.
Okay.
And you immediately start, lifting up some of the crates with the fabric among them, dropping them off.
I'm not in a position to question tall lady.
Yeah, you just drop them off by some of the skiffs. Desert runners look at you as you do. Just give you quick nods as you work. Yeah, she says, turning to Jericho. Ropes, cut them loose.
I'm gonna do that. Slice.
You just cut through some of the ropes to disconnect tents that got tangled up so that the desert runners can, throw them around boxes and Chance can carry them off. Rez, Ace, and Compass, you were just kind of left standing there by the desert runner.
Keep out of the way.
Good.
I would not be of any help. I got weaker since last time, so I don't want to be in the way.
With your weird lizard stick arms.
She's built for dexterity.
Yep.
He's built for smart.
Yeah.
After about 10-15 minutes, all the crates get packed up with your help, and the desert runners, one by one, start zooming off on skiffs. The one you talk to, just gets on hers, looks back at you.
You gonna take us to the place you were planning on taking us, or?
She, gestures her head off into the distance where the other desert runners are going, and it looks like there is a massive sandstorm, heading that way that they are riding straight into.
Alright, let's make fucking go!
Make sure my goggles are secured.
Right, let's secure his goggles.
This
Let's
plan.
go.
I'm happy to be a part of this plan.
You asked about the way. I shall tell you the basics. The sand protects. The sand reveals. The sand opens the way. Let us see if you can follow, says the desert runner, throwing her cloak down and zooming off on her skiff, waiting for you to follow after her.
Wait! I need to put my
Here we go.
Alright, as I start up some music for riding through the fucking desert.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. There we go.
Yes.
Oh boy, here we go.
So technically the desert runner is not a bad guy, I just don't have a different token to represent her.
Okay, I wondered, I was like, what bad guys are there? No!
Yeah,
It's
the
the
bad guys
sandstorm.
are a sandstorm around you. Compass will be on autopilot this time around, so the rest of you roll initiative to see what order actions you can take to help make bike go fast through sand.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Come
Oh my
on!
god!
Oh,
God.
we're already.
We're just all using same brain cell today.
This is the third time! 3 people have rolled the same thing!
So, everyone but Ace, roll again.
There we go. That
There
makes more
we
sense.
go.
Fuck me.
The fast man goes last because everyone else rolled a 19. This is incredible.
Maybe you should take a stunt for initiative.
There is an option to do that. Anyway, Chance goes first.
Anyway, gonna try keep up with Lady.
Cool. This is a tough roll to just stomp on the gas to keep up with Lady. Alright. That is a 9. It is just enough to separate the 2 skiffs into the formations they were before. And hold position, but not quite catch up to Lady. Rezu should be ahead of Jericho in the turn order, so there we go.
I am going to attempt to keep the skiff calibrated as best as I can so that Ace can keep us in pace.
Alright, so that is a wit check.
That's unfortunate.
That is most
Oh
unfortunate.
no.
So
You want a
you're
space mulligan? We have so many space
We
mulligans.
do have
you can
space
use
mulligans.
I feel like a space mulligan would be good on a complete failure here.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, we're gonna space mulligan that one. Reroll or just boost it to partial?
Well, I think reroll because I can't get much worse than what I rolled, so...
Sure, go
Oh,
for
will you say that? Yeah.
it. Well, technically you
I didn't
did not
get worse.
You did not get
technically.
worse. Unfortunate. So this is an awkward celebration of 3 people on the skiff. You're just kind of trying to lean backwards to reach the engine, while Compass is sitting in the middle and Ace is in the driver's position, and it's just like cramping everyone in. You're just pressing your backside against Compass right now. And Compass is
I'm
leaning
helping
into
Ace.
You slow down a
Compass,
little bit.
where you go?
I'm helping.
I help.
Jericho.
Okay, well, I'm gonna slam my foot on the gas.
There are 2 gas pedals.
wait, I'm on the same thing as Chance. I did not.
You step on Chance's foot.
I'm like, you know what? I'll let you drive. My bad.
My bad. You slow
good
down a little bit, tongue pat. Ace,
I will step on the gas.
you will step on the gas.
Ta-da!
We've
So,
all just rolled ones.
You all just rolled ones. I will say, though, I'll allow the 8, but for future reference, it's tough for Chance because Chance's
Okay.
style of driving is like Demolition Derby, I imagine.
Sorry, I can reroll
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah. Ace, I imagine, like, more driving a Suzuki motorcycle, so if you can do Swift. Swift, Wit, or Tough can be rolled for driving motorcycle. I just went with whatever made the most
Alright.
sense.
I'll
based on
retry it
you.
with Swift then.
Cool.
Yeah!
There we
Yeah.
go!
There we
You
go.
finally get the accelerator working. It hits Rez a little bit, but you do manage to get up ahead.
Hold on
Hey!
tight!
That's fine.
That was cool!
Alright. The Desert Runner looks behind her, sees that Jericho and Chance have fallen behind, and just, like, does a quick little turn off to the left towards the sandstorm.
It's me, Skiff Racer!
Chance!
My bad. I'm so sorry.
Alright, time to try and play catch up. I'm gonna follow where Ace is going, just so I can keep an eye on somebody
Alright.
nearby. So.
Boom! You just zoom alongside your buddy. Buddy in air quotes.
Buddy.
Alright, Rez, you think you're in a better position now?
Yes. Let's see if my infinite brains can help.
Big brain. Big brain.
Your big brain
Much
helps
better.
improve the efficiency of the boost as you zoom forward towards closer to the desert runner. You're now just kind of like riding parallel. Jericho,
Are we actually in the storm yet?
you're about to get there.
Okay, I'm gonna try to use my warp bullshit to kind of see if I can like kind of clear a path.
Cool, roll
Just like-
weird.
Sure.
Alright, so, you
I'm gonna
scooch
actually.
up. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
It's already a success, right? It's not a failure. Is that
it's
a failure?
that's a partial success. 7 to 9 is partial success.
Can I use congrats on weaponizing your trauma to bump it up?
Sure!
Sure.
Hooray!
Alright, so...
I really
you
want to
start-
make sure I look cool in front of this lady. It's worth injuring myself.
Alright, so your new stunt, congrats on weaponizing your trauma, allows you to turn a weird roll failure into a success at the cost of 1 wound. So, some sand starts flying in your face, but you just tap into the warp, and it burns pretty damn badly as you do, but you just instinctively see a path through to, like, zoom through and get alongside the desert runner.
There we go. Totally worth it.
I'll say, since everyone's riding parallel at this point, this is when the sandstorm starts picking up and boom, starts whirling all around you.
It's
Ace.
fine. I'm gonna speed some more.
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
Ooh.
Everyone holds onto their butts on your skiff as you just zoom back and forth past like swirling, basically bricks of sand. As like the world around you gets darker and darker, sand covers up the sun, swirling around you in winds right past you. Go into a tunnel with it blasting in your face, but you look fucking rad. Chance!
Now tell me that trophy wasn't well deserved!
Fuck you. Fuck you as I continue forward.
Inspiring leader. You can bump it up to a 9.
9
Come on,
is,
Chance, you got this. Don't
9
take
is still
it.
partial success.
Oh, you're right. It won't help. God
Yeah.
fucking damn it. Never mind.
Okay, so Alex's gameplay tip. Inspiring leader will help on a roll of 6 or a roll of 9.
That makes sense. I'm sorry.
All good.
Alex says.
It's on the
Can I
sex
cheat and
numbers,
use
then
powerful
you'll be sure
build?
to remember. On
It's
the
a sex
Remember,
number.
kids? Nice.
Nice. Alright, you just continue to power through. Unfortunately, sand starts like flying in your face, and you don't have, well, you do have goggles on, Chance, but some is flying down your throat, and you cough and hack. Oh god, that's a sand hairball. Take a wound.
Oh no!
Ugh.
Alright. Rez.
Well, I kind of like Jericho's idea of using the warp to try and make the sand less harsh. So this is gonna possibly not work, but I'm going to try and like warp away some of the sand in our direct path to make it easier to see.
Go for it. Roll weird. Alright.
How unfortunate.
So that is unfortunately partial success. You managed to warp some sand off to the sides of you. It gets in the way of the desert runner, who like just does a sick fucking wheelie off the ramp as sand lands in front of her.
Gosh, you're so fucking
Yeah.
cool.
And in doing so, leaps over to the other side of you and just kind of stares over in your direction. You can't quite see through the sand, but you imagine she's looking at you like, what the fuck?
You have no proof.
Jericho.
I pat Chance's shoulder and be like, "Come on, buddy, you got this. Just think of it this way: it's your second chance at that race, and you're gonna beat Ace."
Yeah, but we don't know where we're going. We need to follow the
Being inspiring.
big desert runner lady.
I'm really savvy for being inspiring.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Your words so inspire Chance that on his next roll,
Fuck
he's
yeah.
gonna have advantage.
Yay!
Ace!
I'm gonna resist the urge to use gotta go fast to wind you up and just Nah.
Alright, so, the Desert Runner Lady is just cutting back across your path. You have to, like, abruptly jerk into the side of some sand to avoid it, so you do not, in fact, go fast. And Chance is ahead of you.
No, come back!
Chance!
You can keep up.
Fucking watch.
At this point, I don't want to outpace Desert Runner, but I still want, like, do I still need to roll to, like, keep up the pace?
You can roll to go fast. Desert Runner is very fast. She will be able to catch up with you.
Okay, well, I hope going the right direction, and there's not some weird-ass turn that is gonna separate us in, like, 2 seconds.
No, don't jinx it.
Shh, you're just being cool. You're being cool.
Nice.
Remember, you have advantage.
Yep.
All right, well, 10.
Hey!
Cool. Alright. You go real fast, keeping up your pace ahead of Ace, as Ace starts, like, getting back to top speed. The Desert Runner crosses behind you, like, accelerates to get ahead of you, and then looks over your direction, gives a little nod, and drives further towards the sandstorm as, like, walls of wind and sand get closer. She just drives closer, and then just starts, like, driving up the wall of whirling sand. So for those of you who have seen Mad Max Fury Road,
Yes!
it's basically one of those fucking cars flying in the middle of the sandstorm, only she's riding atop it.
Yay.
Oh.
Yay. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Rez,
I am concerned that our skiff doesn't have the power output needed to do that, so I'm going to attempt to make our skiff have the power output needed to do that.
cool. Wit for calibrations. Alright, that's a
Hey,
9.
do you feel inspired?
I feel very inspired to not
One of the sex
pass her
numbers.
face first.
Cool. With the inspiration of Jericho's inspiring words behind you, you reroute some of the power towards the boost engines, and zoom! The skiff starts taking off towards the sandstorm wall and riding alongside it. It's gonna be up to Ace to control it that way.
Okay.
Jericho.
Again, I'm like, all right, buddy, you got this. You got this. I am of no use to you whatsoever, other than continuing to be just really encouraging.
Yeah. You give a thumbs up with the dance. It looks really cool, but provides no mechanical benefit.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking damn it! I'm sorry.
Take
I'm
it.
doing my best. Hey, I believe in you.
Me! Shite! Right, roll the swift. I did it!
This is what happens when you have a Swift build. You drive so fucking good that you ride on the side of a sandstorm.
Yeah!
Oh my god, it's so cool.
Chance.
Well,
Come on, Chance, buddy, you
Would-
got this.
Hell yeah. Would it be possible to use Powerful Build to just, try and maintain the skiff and my ability to drive?
You are lifting the skiff with you and Jericho on it. That is fucking ridiculous, and I love it. Do it.
Yeah, we gotta do it. Yeah!
That is
As long as it's not clear that you
is
can't lift
almost a
something
perfect
you're
double
physically
stroke.
on.
Yeah. as you question whether or not you can lift the skiff you're currently on.
Well,
to make
like,
it
more
go
like keep it, like, maintain, like, the actual, so it doesn't, like, fall the fuck apart and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Your powerful grip holds onto the skiff as you, like, tilt sharply to the left into the sandstorm. It whirls, picks you upward with Jericho holding onto the skiff, and all of you just kind of ride, and it's way out of your control now, before finally the winds start to subside, and your skiffs drop down. The Desert Runner keeps on riding, but you, on the other hand, are distracted by this massive, like, space carrier, aircraft carrier in space, turned upwards, half buried in the sand, with the symbol of the Antares Collective on the side, and the name Remus on it.
Oh.
Whoa.
Hey, Desert Runner? Is this what we're looking for, or is this something different?
She continues zooming off.
Alright, well, gang, that looks potentially important. Do you want to check it out? Alright. We'll catch up, thanks!
Will we?
You snap a picture. Do you send it to Jack?
Fuck it. Let's see what he thinks.
Alright.
Should have taken a picture in the sandstorm.
A minute or so later. Is that the Remus? Like the thing they're showing on TV?
Yeah, the Remus.
Oh, huh. Thought it was just propaganda.
No, apparently
Make sure
not.
to record it.
You're gonna watch the fucking propaganda when you get home? Alright, let's check it out.
Right.
Alright.
Is there anything like weird that shows up on the picture?
No, it just looks like a big old spacecraft with a solid hole blasted in what was the top of it, acting as an entryway inside.
Alright, well, is the hole big enough for us to get our skiffs in so they don't get, like, sanded over while we're in here?
Yeah, theoretically you could, like, fit your skiffs in. That being said, the place is very vertically oriented now, so they won't be able to move around very effectively.
That's fine. I just want to make sure we don't find ourselves in a position where we go in, then we come out, it's like, oh, I see you left your skiffs out in the middle of a sandstorm. How silly of you! And then we have to awkwardly call the Countess again, like, hey mom, can you come pick me up?
No, that's smart. That's smart. You step inside, and like the metal beneath your feet creaks as you do. Around you are like several fallen pieces of furniture, like padded chairs, a couple of consoles that have just fallen straight downwards towards the floor. Some have been bolted down, but this gives them the effect of like being mounted on the wall. As you realize, oh yeah, this place has turned 90 degrees on its side. And judging by the amount of, like, sand and creaking stuff in it, looks like it's been that way for a while.
Okay.
Oh,
How long
jeez.
ago did the Remus crash here? Do we know?
The Remus crashed around 15 years ago, according
15.
to the TV guide that Jack just sent you.
Hey, want to check the rest of the TV guide while we're...
Alright. You check the rest of the TV guide, and it says, tune in to see a historical recreation of the valiant battle between the Remus and the witches of Kayutana.
Wow.
The valorant last stand of Captain sorry. Names are hard. Of Captain Calnor Chaspel.
Betcha that guy was a dick.
Calmore Chastel? Oh, you sent it.
Names are hard.
Chaspel.
Names are hard. That one does look particularly hard to say. Alright, well, I guess let's take a look around, shall we?
You're not
Very
in initiative, so
carefully.
you can freely move around.
Okay.
Cool.
I guess I'm gonna try to look around. Of course, this is very difficult, as it is very vertical, but I'm gonna attempt. Just
Alright.
look
Just
and
a-
see if I can see anything neat.
Yeah, just a quick savvy check to get a lay of the land.
Okay.
Alright, it looks like the area you are in used to serve as the starship's bridge. Because it looks like there's, like, what was the captain's chair, a couple of consoles that you recognize. Oh, this is communications, this is weapons control system, this is data and log storage. There are a couple of, like, tapes scattered around the ground that look to match up with the player in log storage. A lot of them look very damaged, though.
Ooh. Hey, will one of you more thinky types be able to see if any of these look workable?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Beep boop boop. That's a wit check, yes?
That is a wit check, and technically it is objects in a state of disrepair, so...
Ooh.
Aha, I have advantage even.
Hey, nice!
Hey!
Yeah.
Just so much
Go.
advantage.
So a couple of, like, the tape logs are broken and utterly destroyed, but a few more, like, with various labels and different types of handwriting that you'd wager a guess are different crew members, look to have, like, bits and pieces missing or otherwise, like, scrubbed so dirtily that nothing can be recovered from those sections, but there are sections intact.
Ooh.
I can work with this.
Alright.
I can work with this.
Do we have a way to play them, or do we gotta wait till we get back on our ship to check them out?
You could try putting them back in the tape deck, for lack of a better word. Here.
Ooh boy.
And I shall do
boy.
that.
Ooh boy. Creepy logs from a fallen ship. Let's go!
Grabs the space popcorn.
Guys,
Right.
I'm gonna push
we're
play
really
on this
lucky one
Betamax.
if we're really lucky, one of them will be like saying their lines, and there's a shake outside, and then they're like, "We wanted to create the world's strongest Pokemon, and we succeeded." And there's an explosion, and it's really cool.
Alright. So, the first log you put in, Rez, in lieu of doing a whole, like, bit and caboodle, I'll just do bits and pieces from it. It appears to be from the ship's second mate, mostly recapping members of the crew, what was taken on the journey, and then it gets to purpose of journey, and there's just a slight pause in the tape. It skips a little bit. Captain Chaspel has reported that his dreams are haunted. Visions of this place and its people here. And he seems to believe there's some more skipping. Destroy them all, skips ahead. Stop dreaming.
Oh, he was a fucking crackpot.
Wow. Yeah, sounds about right. Cool. Love that shit.
Wipe out an entire group of people because you had nightmares. That sounds like the Antares Collective.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, yeah, I did have that one dream earlier, though. That's
Yeah.
pretty fucking brutal. I mean, it wasn't about us, but it was about these guys.
Yeah, it's weird. I wonder why he had dreams of this place, though.
I don't know. Why did Chance have dreams of this place?
Warp shit.
Exactly.
Are there any other working logs?
There are about 3 more. Second one put in is a report from one of the soldiers. It seems to be a debrief. This one is very heavily damaged, but from what little info you can get from it, looks like he was part of an away team, a scouting team, sent to the surface of the planet. And that he managed to get away, but otherwise it was just like a massacre on the surface as they opened fire on the Warp Witches. The Warp Witches had maneuverability on their side, knowledge of the land on their side, the fucking warp itself on their side, and he recommended heavier artillery or bombarding them from orbit as the only way to be sure, rather than sending more of them down there, because he sure as hell wasn't going. And you can't be sure because of damage, but you're pretty sure you hear a laser blast at the end of this tape.
So, I'm starting to think between Chance's dreams and the descriptions here, I don't think it's so much the warp witches left here as much as they all died in this battle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Tape number 3, baby.
All right. So, the third tape is from a very angry Scottish-sounding engineer trying to work some engines as hard as he possibly can, giving them all he's got, to reposition a massive aircraft carrier so that it floats in low orbit over a planet where it's not supposed to go down that low, because the captain thinks he's found out where the temple is and can destroy their home and destroy the warlocks.
God, this captain watched too much early 2000s Earth, or not early 2000s, older than that. Earth stuff, ancient.
Aye.
Are you related?
Captain doesn't even...
Not that I don't. Not all Scottish people are related.
Are you sure? How many
Sure.
space Scottish are there?
Right. If one of my relatives would not be an engineer, let's put that straight.
Okay, well, thank you. That was what I was
Well,
curious.
what's wrong with being an engineer?
Well, nothing's wrong with being an engineer. It's just not the career they chose.
Okay, interesting.
It's
So,
a family business thing.
Could be a distant relative.
Yeah, it could be.
15 years ago, not so distant. Okay, well, so they were making some not so great decisions. Unsurprising. Okay, let's put in tape number 4.
All right. Tape number 4 looks like it has the same initial signature as the second mate, but as it starts up, you just see this panic-looking young woman who says, I figure, things have gone bad. I figure I'm a second mate now, seeing as everyone above me is dead or worse, and then there's a whole lot more damage. They got onto the carrier. They're bringing it down with some kind of energy. And then there's more damage. Captain retreated in his quarters, took the all-access key with them. We can't use the escape pods without it. We can't. And then there's this just blast of pink energy that fills the screen before the lady is just gone. And some warlocks in full-on cloaks just walk through the area, pick up the camera that was used to record, smash it in with a staff.
Oof.
So the captain.
If they didn't find the captain and kill him, I'm gonna kill him.
I mean, he's gotta be dead by now.
He's
I'd assume.
probably a skeleton in that room.
Better hope he is.
The brave last stand of the captain, huh? Sounds about right.
We could make our own
Do I
documentary
have-
on this.
Do I have any way to back up these tapes to, like, my tablet?
Yes, for convenience's sake, yes, you can back up what data there is on the tapes to the tablets.
Awesome. The black market, or not the black market, the deep web will love these when we get back to proper civilization.
Sounds good. I'm gonna look around and see if there's anything else here, if I can just, like, try to awkwardly make my way to the captain's quarters.
Alright, you're not entirely sure where that would be, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. Well, I want to keep exploring, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, yeah, I wanna
Awkwardly,
look at
however,
stuff
does
too.
make sense for a lot of you as you're just, like, striding across furniture to not fall down deeper into the ship. Ace, you're doing okay because you got a stunt for climbing. Everyone else is just kind of
Yeah.
clambering along, hand over hand.
Can I claim that I'm a cat?
Chance, you're a cat.
So I should be a... You know what?
Chance, you're doing all right. Like, you're pretty bulky, so you're not
Yeah.
perfect, but you do manage to do pretty well climbing,
I still
clambering onto things for the sake
Grab
of...
onto shit.
Yeah, you're not initiative, so there's no pressure to do it.
Ugh.
I'm just assuming you are going in a vaguely downward direction because you
Yeah.
look across the bridge, it looks like that floor is like mostly covered and there doesn't appear to be any hatches upward or downward. relatively speaking, because starship on its side. So you go down a floor.
Yep.
And inside this particular room are a whole bunch of collapsed corpses, like skeletons and others in various states of really bad decay, all piled up against a wall in this little hallway of sorts. And as you walk by, you notice the eyes are still intact.
Ah.
Oh.
Are they moving?
Oh,
Or
yes.
are they just... Oh!
Yeah. So you know that scene in every horror movie for kids where the eyes of the painting follow you?
Yeah.
These aren't paintings, but they're doing that.
I go and poke one of them.
You poke the eye.
Yep.
It just crumbles into dust at your finger's touch.
Okay, so this might sound completely out of left field, but can I make a weird check to see if that seems to be anything warp related that would have been keeping it alive, essentially?
Yeah, go for it. There's definitely some warp shit going on here. And given the behavior of the warlocks of Keutana, probably they did catch something to make these people suffer. The specifics you don't know.
Do the eyes blink?
No.
I mean, they
No?
probably.
Okay.
I don't know if they have eyelids anymore.
Yeah, the eyelids are gone. The
Yeah.
eyes are just intact inside their sockets.
Yeah, see, I was hoping that the eyelids might have survived so I could ask them, hey, blink once if you're suffering type of thing. But, so.
If you're suffering, don't blink at all if you're suffering.
They don't blink at all.
Okay, well that's.
Hey, Captain, can I just poke all the eyes to put them out of their suffering?
It's like bubble wrap.
It just seems like a really fucked up thing to. I don't know. I mean, I don't even. Here's the thing: you don't even know if that's helping them.
I don't. But I don't like the eyes watching me, and it makes me think that they're actually dead now.
Fine, but if you end up if a ghost gets fucking mad at you, that's on you. That's a
Yeah.
you problem.
Blind in the
Okay.
ghosts now.
I turn to the wall. I am trying to help you. Please don't haunt me. And I proceed to poke all the eyes out.
You just rapidly start poking some corpse eyes.
As she's doing that, can I snap a pic to see if there's anything creepy around? Listen,
Sure.
second profession as a photographer right now.
Make a weird check.
Sure.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing creepy about a bunch of corpses with eyes intact, but otherwise,
It's like-
15 years of decay.
It's like my thumb accidentally slips and it gets sent to Jack, and I'm like, oh, shite.
Oops. I can't wait to see what he says about that.
So you find a historical relic, and the next photo you send me is of your thumb.
It was a misclick!
Sure.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's anything but the bodies around here.
Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Alright. You take a look around. It looks like this was a, multi-story hallway to connect different, floors and levels of the starship. And from the southeast, you start hearing some, singing. Like the singing of one woman with a relatively high-pitched voice.
Okay, I'm gonna follow the voice.
Theme.
So I'm hearing singing, which I'm aware might be creepy ghost shit, but I gotta, we're here now, so I guess if I get killed by a fucking ghost, I deserve it. So I'm gonna follow the singing.
I'll go with you, Captain.
Thanks.
Follow as soon as there are no more eyes.
Cool. You creep ahead, Jericho and Chance taking the lead, following the singing as it gets to a doorway. Now that you've gone further downward, the doorway is straight to the east. You look over there, singing's coming from that direction. And then as you get to the doorway, it just stops.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna open the door.
You open up the door, and it looks like it leads into a canteen of some kind. Like, most of the food stains that would have littered what is now the floor are gone because of 15 years, but there are all sorts of, like, trays, vending machines, cooking equipment, either bolted up onto the wall or the ceiling, or otherwise just piled down and smashed on the floor. There are many, like, tables and chairs scattered about that were not bolted down, so they're also in a big old pile on the floor. There is one table, however, that, relative to you, is, like, on the floor. Just right side up, with a single white mask on it that has a little, like, carving of a trumpet on one side, with a looping tendril leading from its forehead down to the trumpet.
Okay. I guess I'll inspect the mask.
You walk over to the table, inspect the mask. You just look at it. There are eyes and a mouth hole on it, so that, like, one could theoretically put it on, or look at it in relatively what the eye sockets are.
I'm gonna make a weird check before I do anything too crazy here.
Okay.
I just want to get a vibe.
You smell warp energy coming from this mask. It is real spooky.
So, who wants to try it on?
No.
Oh.
I do not wish to put the mask on.
No.
Can I attempt a little bit better to know how it works type of thing?
Sure, go for it. Make a weird
Like-
check.
Because would I get my warp information dump?
Yeah, go for it. Make a weird check with advantage.
Oh, good.
Okay, 11. That is a success. You get the feeling that this mask is not to be worn. It is to be mounted on an object so that it can look at you.
I don't. What is it?
I don't. I explained just that, but I'm just like, it's an object can look at you. Don't wear the mask.
What?
I'm trying to think of the purpose of letting an object look at you as though.
Yeah. You're not
Like
sure of the exact specifics, but you know that putting it on is dangerous, and letting it look at you is not necessarily. And obviously it has to have some purpose, because this thing looks man-made rather than spawned from the warp. It's like man-made and then infused with warp energy.
That's
Right.
weird as fuck.
I hate it.
So why is there just one here?
Well,
Why
I
would-
did just hear a singing voice, so... I mean, I guess the question is if we're alone in here.
What happened
So-
to the nice music?
I changed it.
Okay.
I hate that.
So, let's not put the mask on, first of all.
Oh, sorry, Captain. You must have missed that. The mask
What?
isn't for wearing. You put it on something so that it can look at you.
Oh, I see. Good to know. Cool. Okay.
Should we take it then?
Well, do you want the thing watching our every move? I think that's the question.
Purpose of a thing looking at you. What?
Well,
That's-
I mean,
that's-
some...
Could be like a tracking device.
Yeah, my assumption would be that somebody wants to see us.
What
Who's
if
on
we-
the other end of the mask? Who's actually doing the seeing?
Yeah.
What if we take it but block the eyes?
I take the mask, look at its eyes, wave.
Nothing.
I don't know if you're watching this or if I'm talking to nobody, but we don't mean any harm, for what it's worth. Good, I'm hearing creepy computer noises now. Alright, well, can't say I didn't try. And then I shove the mask in a pocket.
You shove the mask inside your pocket.
Ooh, I have an idea. So, I'm being too paranoid with this fucking picture thing, but can instead of me taking pictures all the time, can I record on my little thing? Would that have the same effect?
You'd have to go back and double check, otherwise you'd have to be staring at your video feed the whole time.
I can look up.
Go full ghost hunter.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hey, Goat Man, I'm on your bridge!
would it be possible for me to hotwire or set it up to where his camera is transmitting to his glasses, since they have some level of techno to them?
Ooh.
Ooh, get some AR in there. Nice, I like it.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Sure, make a wit check for some hot wiring.
Big brain.
Hey, you want to know what's really cool? I love this ghost hunter shit. I feel so inspired. Do you feel inspired? Because I feel
I
inspired.
know, I'm inspired to make us be ghost hunters too.
Do you feel inspired, Ace? I mean,
course
do you
I
feel
feel
inspired? Ace is irrelevant. Rez, you feel inspired, though, because I'm a dummy
Yes.
who can't read things.
All that matters is that being a ghost hunter is cool.
Being a ghost hunter is really cool. So now you
Alright.
get like an
Fiery.
overlay of what your phone sees in one of your goggles, while the other one is intact, so, you know, if your phone isn't capturing a pit in the floor, you can still theoretically see it.
Nice!
Nice!
It's a pretty temporary fix, because that's gonna drain a lot of battery from your phone.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Listen, I have a portable charger, it's cool.
Plug your portable charger into your eyes!
No, what are you talking about? We have compass.
I do not
Compass
want to
isn't
be
it?
plugged into Ace's eyes.
No portable battery.
Oh,
No,
Mike,
you have a
okay,
portable battery
no,
already. Never
no,
mind.
no, we don't use our first mate as a portable battery. We have to draw the line
They
somewhere.
have more uses than being a battery. Rez.
Okay, let's keep going.
Alright. You head through the doorway. Ace, your video feed starts showing some wonkiness as you move along through the corridors. As you look at the rest of the crew of the Zephyr, they just look like unmoving stone statues in the video camera lens.
Can one of you wave for me?
I wave.
Alright, Rez, you wave. The statue doesn't move, but Rez in the lens that's not the camera is waving.
Alright, so the video feed's frozen.
What?
You're all
That can't be
not
right.
moving. Like, I can see you're moving, but you're also not moving.
That makes no sense.
As in, me, myself, and I with my human eyes can see you're moving. The camera
Yeah.
can't see you moving.
Yeah, I get it. That's weird.
I don't mean like frozen in place, I mean literally stone
Yeah.
statues, by the way.
Oh shit! Right, you're stoned.
That's unsettling. Do you guys want to keep going?
Might as well.
Well, we're already this far.
Yeah.
I mean, it still goes a ways down.
The moment one of you starts feeling stiff, we back off.
Yep.
Alright.
I think
You
I feel
descend
okay.
down another level of the spacecraft. And as you do, more and more sand seems to like fill up. You're probably pretty well below ground, and it's just leaking in from the walls, covering up like various consoles and monitors and like furniture and the like. There are some hatches up in the ceiling that you would wager were doors that led to personal quarters at one point along this floor.
Great.
So where's the captain's quarters? I think that's the question. Can I go with like... I've been on, ships like this before. Would I have an idea of where the captain's quarters would be from here?
Make a wit check with advantage to uncover, based on your memory, what the layout of a ship class like this would have the captain's quarters.
Unfortunately, I'm very stupid.
Alright.
Wow.
So, partial successes,
Surprising.
though. I will remind you that Space Mulligans do not carry over, because I am too lazy for that.
Okay,
so...
you know what? Fuck it. I'll Space Mulligan it. Fuck
Cool.
it.
You Space Mulligan to remember which of these quarters is reserved for the captain, as opposed to all the ones for, like, officers, the common, like, rank-and-file soldiers. And you head towards that one, climb upwards, because now it's relatively at the ceiling, and open the hatch. A little bit of sand falls out, but not much, and you look up. There's a whole lot of sand in this particular, quarters.
Huh. Nothing else of note, just a shit ton of sand.
Not that you can see.
I'm gonna go in.
Alright. You head into the captain's quarters. It is full of sand.
I'm gonna check and see if there's anything else of note, just because, you know, captains tend to have shit, assuming it hasn't all just been crushed by sand. Which it probably
yes.
was, you know.
Alright, make a savvy check.
E.
You see sand. It gets everywhere.
We tried digging in the sand.
Yeah, can we look as well?
Yeah, you can
Yes.
head in. And yes, you can start digging through the sand.
Dig,
Alright.
dig,
What would that be?
You see sand, Rez.
Sand. Wow.
Triple sevens, baby!
Well, we do have
Oh my god!
we do have 2 space mulligans, which will not carry over. So, do you guys care if I re-roll?
Yeah, go for it.
I have 2 in savvy. There we go.
Yeah.
There you
Hey.
go. Alright, so, Jericho, you start thinking, along with Chance's suggestion, wait a second, if I can't see anything but sand, maybe there's something under the sand. So you start digging. Chance, you also start digging, since you wanted to dig through the sand.
Dig.
Eventually, you get to something that is not sand, and that is the screaming, silent face of a man who you would wager is the captain based on his uniform. This body is remarkably well preserved, all things considered, buried under all that sand. However, like, as you go through, there's sand in his mouth that kind of falls out as more goes through, and a key card wrapped around his neck.
Ugh.
Well, I figured out what happened to the captain. Looks like it was not a brave last stand at all. Goody. I'm glad I used 2 space mulligans to find this information. Does he have anything on him? Actually, you know what? I'll take the key card just in case.
You take the key card from around his neck. There is this soft hissing noise as you do.
I quickly take a picture of his body.
You take a picture of the body.
Yep.
Are you looking for ghost images on the body?
No, I purely want this photo to be able to blast on the interwebs as soon as we get back to where I can send it to our entire
Yeah.
space.
Check it for ghosts also!
Sure, check it
Sure.
for ghosts. Roll weird for me.
Oh.
There's the image of a cloaked figure with a knife up to the captain's throat.
I back up.
Anything
Hey, so are you
noticeable?
seeing this?
I'm fucking seeing that. Anything noticeable about the cloak?
It's like of the same make, model, and shape as the Warlocks of Kayutana that you saw on video.
I love it.
Hey. So I'm like, okay, hey, sorry. I put the key card back, hold up my hands, back up.
The image does not move when you do that.
I'm just seeing if there's any more hissing. That's the thing I'm more concerned about.
hissing stops when you put the keycard down.
My bad. Listen, we hate this guy too. We just are trying to get a feel for what happened here, that's all.
The
Not
image
that
doesn't
it-
move.
Okay, well, I tried to talk to the ghosts. Okay, let's go.
But we could use that key card to possibly get in other places. We could.
Okay, yeah, but Rez, do you want to piss off the hissing ghost warlock that is one of the people that took down this this big, huge, giant ship, buried it in sand, and then,
I mean, well, but he was. Okay, I've also got to ask for clarification's sake. When you said he had a knife to the captain, do you mean the captain of the ship or our captain?
Captain of the ship.
Right.
Just making sure. I don't think he necessarily cares about us.
It stopped hissing when I put the keycard back.
Well,
It hissed when I took the keycard, stopped hissing when I put it back. I think that's a pretty clear don't touch the keycard.
right. Well, if it's this, like, ghost that's making it, let's try and reason with him, alright? I've got the perfect plan.
Okay.
So now
I
you
go up
believe
and
in
punch
ghosts.
the captain's face.
You punch the captain's face. There's the sound of cracking as it moves off to the side. The image does not move.
There you go! We both hate the captain!
The image does not move.
Pick
I-
up the key card.
You take the key card. The hissing once more starts up.
What if we start, like, backing away from the room? Would it...
It's not. I don't think it wants us. I think we should not touch the keycard. I think we should
I-
leave it.
Place a granola bar where the key card was.
There's now a granola bar sitting on the corpse of a man who was buried under sand for 15 years.
I mean,
What
did
if
the
we just-
hissing stop?
The hissing did not stop.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
What if we bury him again?
I think he wants to keep the keycard. I don't
Well-
think.
Rez, what if you'd walk to the door and see if that, like, makes the hissing worse or anything?
Sure.
Alright. You walk back to what was the door into the captain's quarters. You step through, and then the carrier falls into darkness and comes back online with like this deep shade of pink lighting on it. Emergency lights apparently have started up.
Oh!
I don't think this is- No! Not good. Put the keycard
Kind of
back.
good,
No!
but there's power to the ship now.
Okay, great! These things now know that we're here!
I think they already knew we were here.
Okay, yes, but I'm pretty sure this is a warning.
Okay, if I move the key card back into the room, does the lights go back out?
No.
Okay,
We
I'll
should
take
go.
If I
responsibility
put
for
the
that
key
one.
card back, if I put the key card back, does the hissing stop?
Not now, it doesn't.
Well, we got a key card.
Sorry!
E.
Jenny, it's okay, we can fix this! Maybe.
Potentially.
So, I know that I'm working on dealing with my traumas. But also, you don't fuck with ghosts.
I mean, the
not-
ghost doesn't look like he's moving.
They're not ghosts, it's just this warp illusion shit!
No, I'm pretty sure they're dead.
I guess, can I actually see if it seems like where this image is warp, or if I don't recognize what this thing seems to be?
Make a weird check, yes. Alright. This looks to be...
Well,
Sorry, go
just
ahead.
because I've got to ask, we have one more space mulligan before we end in the next 6 minutes. Can I just use that to thump this to a success, guys?
Sure.
Joe?
Alright, so the image itself looks to be hallucinatory in nature, like leaking hallucinatory warp energy from the captain buried under the sand. Probably one of the last images he saw in life, whether it was real or not. The light going off and then coming back on. You've heard stories about this, Rez. This is what is affectionately referred to in warp terms as a dead world. One word, dead world.
What does that mean?
So your planet, Rez, is at the edge of the warp and kinda touched by it. This is like... So, your warp stuff is normal every day, it's just kind of there. A dead world is what happens when a planet that's not normally, like, everyday warp stuff suddenly flips over into a parallel space where the warp is there. It's like the Upside Down, basically, from Stranger Things. Only it's a space warp hell with probably monsters and demons and the like.
Oh.
Alright, asshole, you want to tell me there's no fucking ghosts now? Come on, Rez, tell me what's going on.
I think we're in a dead world.
Cool. Would you like to fill us in?
So I know you're pretty up to date on, Earth ancient pop culture. Did you ever see the show, Stranger Things?
Oh yeah, those kids grew up so fast.
Yeah, think the Upside Down, but add space in front of it.
Okay, cool.
What does that mean?
It means that, I'm not even sure if we're on the planet anymore, actually. Or at least, well, in a sense we are, but in a sense we're not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Paul's gone
Great.
out.
How do we get out?
We keep going.
Yeah, it sounds like the best idea.
Oh my fucking god.
Cherry. Don't give up now.
I'm not gonna fucking give up. I'm just fucking mad. Grabs the key card. Okay, cool. I guess we're fucking with the ghosts. Let's go.
Let's go.
And I can think of no better place to end on a cliffhanger than, uh-oh, we went to space hell. So, that is where we're going to end our session for today. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will hopefully see you in 2 weeks for more Strangers to the Stars. In the meantime, the rest of this week is the last week of Camp Streamix, so we hope to see you then for more amazing streaming adventures. Stay tuned, space travelers.